Hi, this is Tony with Talking Car Biz. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm just going to have a quick conversation about the inbound sales call. Customers calling your place of business and is interested in your products or services, and they're asking some questions of you in order to decide whether your product or service is what they're looking for. Traditionally, we've been taught or trained that it's important that we obtain from the customer their name, their phone number, and or their email address. And one of the reasons we've been trained to do this is so that when we have that information, number one, we can enter it into the CRM so we're protected in case they come in and work with another salesperson. Number two is so that we can follow up with them. So we focus on getting the contact's name and their phone number and their email address for those two reasons: to follow up and to protect ourselves by putting them into the CRM. But neither one of those is customer focused. It's all about me focused. It's what I want. Well, the customer didn't call the dealership to fulfill your wants and needs, to get your questions answered. They called your business because they have questions about you, your product, or your service, and if you are transparent and friendly, they're more inclined to visit your business. Now, some of the things that we focus on are very important, like their name. It's important to get their name. It's important to get their phone number and their email address, and it's even important to get their home address. But the question is when? When is that important? When is that necessary? When is that information required? Is it required on an initial sales call? I think not. Is it required when the customer visits your place of business? Maybe, depending on the type of business you're in. Is it required when they purchase your product or service? Absolutely. At that point, additional information is required, and customers are more than happy to provide that information once they've made the purchase decision. So, in my mind, the most important thing you can do on an inbound sales call is schedule an appointment. Schedule a time for the customer to visit your dealership, to meet with you, to meet with your sales team, and to take a look at your product and service offerings. Now, I can guarantee you this: if you get the appointment with the customer, an appointment at a specific time on a specific day to visit with you specifically, I can guarantee you will get their name, their phone number, and or their email address. All you have to do is ask for it. Once the appointment's scheduled, just ask for it. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to ask for it during the call at any point or request that information from them? Absolutely not. It's going to be done as a natural part of the conversation. Okay? If I have to trick the customer into giving me their information, if I have to convince them that them giving me their information is a benefit to them, either A, they're going to give it to me, or they're going to give it to, or B, they're going to give it to me reluctantly. I would rather have them cheerfully giving me their phone number because they've set up a solid appointment, because I've been transparent, because I've built rapport with them, I've built a relationship with them. They trust me. And when a customer trusts you, then they will give you everything that you want or need. On the flip side, I can tell you that getting a name and a phone number and an email address is no guarantee of an appointment. There's no guarantee just because they gave you their phone number that they're going to visit your place of business. So what I would like you to start thinking about is, how do you set appointments on the inbound sales call versus gather information? Information is worthless if they don't visit your place of business, if they don't visit your dealership. But an appointment is critical. Now, once you get the appointment, getting the name and the phone number and the email address is so much more easy, but you're going to get it because you want to confirm that appointment, not provide more information prior to their visit, but send them an email or make a phone call to confirm their visit to your dealership. So let's focus on getting that appointment on the first call, the first inbound call, and then we don't even need their information in terms of their phone number or their email address. We don't need it because they'll give it to us, and number two is they like us, so they'll show up for their appointment. But if they don't like us, and we've got their name and phone number, we had to convince them to give it to them. We put up a stiff arm when they ask a question because we wanted their phone number or their email address or their name so badly. Let's stop focusing on that, and let's start focusing on getting the appointment. Trust me, if you get the appointment, you'll get the name and phone number. This is Tony with Talking Car Biz. Thanks for tuning in.